Hello, everyone. I am coming to give an update after my transfer. I gave an update right before we were going to go back for my embryo transfer. So, just want to let you know how it went and what's going on today. So, I left off where I showed the pictures of my two blastocysts that they were going to transfer. And I was in the middle of trying to control my full bladder, which was torture. And so I went to the bathroom twice, had to stop midstream. Well, I went the first time, thought I was fine because I peed a lot, but I still stopped midstream. And then I went back to lay down, and then 10 minutes later, I couldn't hold it again. So I called the nurse back and said I needed to go again, and she started laughing. So she let me go. She was just like, just don't empty it too much. And so did halfway again, and then I felt a lot better. And so I didn't drink anything else after that because I knew it was going to fill back up because I still had about 30 minutes to wait. So it actually worked out perfectly. So once we go back to the room, they let my husband go look at the embryos in the little incubator that they brought out while they were prepping me on the little table. It's cold in there, so they kind of wrap you up with blankets and everything. And then by that time, everything was ready, and they were ready to transfer the embryos. And so he went ahead and stuck the catheter in and transferred them, and then they had to check the catheter to make sure one didn't get stuck, and of course one got stuck in there. So they had to get another catheter and reinsert it, and so my husband got to see all of the whole process. The monitor was not set up to where I could see anything that was going on. But I was looking up at my husband, and he I could tell he was just amazed. So now during this whole process, I did I had to pee really, really bad, but it wasn't like unbearable. It was close to unbearable, but I was like, okay, I can do this. So then everything's done, and then they take you back to your room. And she said I had to wait there for an hour. So in my mind, I'm like, am I going to be able to hold my pee for an hour? And she was like, well, if it's so bad and you have to go, just let one of us know. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, no, I need to lay here. So that's when the torture started. And when I say torture, I was going crazy at how bad I had to go to the bathroom. I've never felt pain in my bladder like that ever in my life. So 20 minutes go by, and then I was telling my mom and my husband, I was like, I can't hold it anymore. And so called the nurse in, and then basically she said it was okay to go. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to try to wait 10 more minutes. And then I think I made it almost 10 more minutes. So 30 minutes it went by, and then I finally went up. And it was literally the best pee of my life, because she was basically saying my stomach was starting to cramp because there was so much pressure. And she was like, it's better to go release some of it because they don't want you cramping too much. So I was like, okay. So after that, I had to wait another 30 minutes, and then I came on home and did my bed rest for the day, which was pretty boring. Thought it was going to be relaxing, but it was pretty boring. And so basically today what I was waiting on was the call to see how many embryos made it to freeze, which was like I was biting teeth. They told me possibly 4, but there were 2 that were like early, going into like an early blast, and so those were the two that were probably good, but there were another two that they said could possibly catch up. But so I was hoping for at least two, and so I got the call today, and they said that they were able to freeze two. So I was very, very, very happy about that. Um, I was just so nervous because I do hear about sometimes that none of them make it to freeze. So I'm so thankful for that. Because even if, well, I know this is going to work, I'm being positive. Um, but I do want to have another child in the future. So that's where I'm at on that. And then, what was I going to say? I had a brain freeze. Oh, this is what I was going to say. So now that I'm in my 2-week wait, I was debating on whether I should test or not. And I've come to the conclusion that I will wait for my beta, which will be on October the 18th. I say that now, but these are my plans. I know anything can happen, but I do plan on